Aroma Thyme Bistro presents Wine Thyme Live, hosted by the Hudson Valley's premier green certified entrepreneurs, Marcus and Jamie Guiliano. So grab a glass of your favorite vino, sit back, relax, and travel with them, sharing their passion discovering unique vineyards, outstanding wines, delicious food, and great adventure.
Hello Facebook, hello Instagram.
Hi everybody, it's Jamie and Marcus here.
We are broadcasting live on both. We're doing Facebook on Aroma Thyme, and we're doing Instagram on VIP Wine Vacations.
Oh, nice.
Yep, so we are doing that. Let's see, so we're here with a little, what we're calling Wine Thyme Live. Wine Thyme Live, and we're
This
just
might become a regular.
We might be.
This is our first Wine Thyme Live.
Wine Thyme Live, yes. People have said to us they really enjoy our educational stuff on wine as well, and we did a wine event last night, which was really great, very educational, fun, and so we're just doing part of what we did last night at the wine dinner and recreating it now, so we can talk about one of the wines that we had. This jasmine from Sicily. So
Hi everybody, thank you so much for watching. Hello Albie, hello Matthew, hello Ralph. Thank you. We appreciate you guys watching us, and we're excited to share this wine with you.
Yeah, very excited.
The Sicilian
wine.
I'm gonna pour while you talk.
Okay, sounds good. So this is a white wine from Sicily, and Sicily being an island in Italy, far south. So the lowest point in Sicily is actually, you can actually go north to go to Africa. There's parts of Africa that are more north than the bottom of Sicily. Did you know that?
Yeah. No, I didn't know.
Yep, the way the island is, if you were to walk across the map, that you would actually run into parts of Africa. Cheers. So, our tour guide,
Luigi,
and very good friend Luigi, knows Sicily, knows a lot about Sicily.
So I like to tell the story of how we met Luigi, right? Because
Yep.
I find that very interesting. Luigi was a sommelier, and he still is a sommelier, but at a villa that we stayed at, right?
In 2009.
In 2009, so over 10 years ago, when we stayed at the villa for a friend's wedding, he was there, and we talked a lot of wine. We talked about the places that we were visiting when we were there in 2009, and all the wineries that we had gone to. And
about our restaurant, about
our restaurant, about a lot of different things, and we just became really good friends with Luigi, and we kept in touch even after we left there.
Right, so we instantly connected with Luigi. He was the sommelier at this beautiful villa in Tuscany, in Arezzo, in Popoli, just outside of Arezzo, and we instantly connected with him, had a connection with him, and then friends on Facebook forever. We have talked several times on Facebook, a couple times a year. We had a lot of communication with him, and so he was the one that when we decided to do our wine trips by ourselves and not partner with anybody in the US anymore, that we went right to him. He knows all of Italy, sommelier for 25 years, knows all the wines. But in Sicily, his ex-wife is from Sicily, so he knows Sicily very
well.
Intimately. And he said to me the other day when I was speaking to him, he goes, Marcus, you can, on Christmas Day, he goes, Sicily's the most beautiful place in Italy. He goes, he loves Tuscany, he's from Tuscany, he lives in San Gimignano right now, he knows all over Italy. He goes, Marcus, in Sicily on Christmas Day, he goes, you can take a bath in the ocean. Warm enough on Christmas Day to take a swim, take a bath. That was
take a bath in the ocean.
that was his English version of going swimming. Okay. You can take a bath in the ocean on Christmas Day in Sicily.
So you can go swimming on Christmas Day.
Yes,
in the ocean.
That's how warm it is down there.
Okay.
So so this next trip we're doing Apulia, but we're now starting to map out Sicily for our following trip. So we're doing one trip a year right now. We're hoping to do 2, 3, 4, and even more trips a year. So
it'll give people more opportunities to come with us, to travel with us. Our trips sell out really quickly, so it will give you an opportunity to choose another time to go with us. And who knows, maybe one year we'll choose spring break, right? Because we have a lot of teachers that want to go. So maybe we'll choose spring break as one of our weeks. There's a lot of opportunity as we grow our travel, our wine travel business. We'll make those opportunities available to you. So
exactly. So if you are a teacher and you can round up 10 or more teachers for a spring break for this kind of trip, let us know. We do pay commissions. If you can round up people and say, hey, I've got 10 people, I've got 15 people, whatever, we do pay commissions, and at 15 people, your trip is basically free.
Yeah.
So your trip will totally be free on that. Let's talk about this grape. The grape's name is Zibbibo. Zibbibo is the grape. All right. Hopefully you can read that. Zibbibo. This particular wine is...
If anybody's had Zibbibo before...
Besides last night at our tasting,
say yes, or I've had it, or drop a comment. Most people, I had never heard of this grape before. It's a very unique grape.
There's 1,300 grapes in Italy. I'm going to buy the book. There is a book out there that talks about 1,300 grapes, varietals in Italy. Some experts say it's less because some of those 1,300 are close relatives, or they just haven't identified them enough to say that's the same grape.
Okay.
And then some experts say, oh no, there's more than 1,300. But I'm going to buy the book anyway because we really want to know more about. We love drinking stuff that we've never tasted before, that we've never heard of before. That totally gets us when we're like, when a sales rep walks in and they're like, oh, try this, grape that you can't even pronounce, or Zibbibo, or whatever, Malvasia, which we've had Malvasia for men, Susiminello. So we love that kind of stuff. So I'm actually going to buy that book and dive into that book a little bit.
We had never had Primitivo really before, had we? And so we went to...
It wasn't on our radar like it was. We've had Primitivo in the past. Primitivo is what they say the American version of Zinfandel. Some experts say yes, some experts say no.
I love Primitivo.
And you love Zinfandel.
I love Zinfandel, so those are two of my favorite grapes.
So this winery...
Somebody asked me, is it near Mount Etna?
Mount Etna, no.
Etna
and Mount Etna, no. I get Mount Etna and Mount Etna confused. Napa and
Mount Etna, right?
Yes. So
someone asked me that last night.
For how do you say that?
Feriato.
So this is the vineyard.
Feriato.
And they are Firriato. Feriato. They are on the most western part of Sicily you can go. There's not much more west you can go in Sicily where this vineyard is.
Okay.
So they're on the west coast of Sicily.
I'm so glad you do your research.
Yes. It's fun to do the research.
It is. Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching. Hello, Jim. Hello, Gina. I know there's a bunch of people watching us, so I always like to just give a big shout out to you. We appreciate you watching us, and let us know where you are. I see Jim said he's in Montana.
Oh, nice.
That's a cool place to be. Let us know where you're watching us from. We like to see that as well. So
absolutely. So we had this wine at our wine event last night. Zibbibo is the grape. So let's talk a little bit about Zibbibo. Zibbibo is a very ancient grape. It's 1,000 years old or so. A lot of these grapes came from Greece. Okay. They were brought over. They were from the Roman times. Sometimes they can't pinpoint exactly, except these ancient varietals. Zibbibo is one of them. The unique thing about Zibbibo, the title of the video is it has three uses. Mm-hmm. 3 uses. The 3 uses are: it makes wine, it makes eating grapes, table grapes, and it makes raisins. 3 uses.
So you can eat the grapes.
You can eat the grapes.
You can
make raisins
out of the grapes, and you can drink the wine.
You can, yes, which is unusual. Because if you think about it, when you go to the store to buy raisins, you're buying Thompson raisins, right?
What are the grapes that they use in Thompson raisins?
Thompson grapes.
Thompson grapes.
Thompson grapes. It's a varietal. So Thompson grapes, you would never buy a Thompson wine. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as Cabernet Sauvignon raisins. There is a company that doesn't, but you can't go to the store and buy, I want Chardonnay raisins. I want Zinfandel raisins. I want Merlot raisins. I want Riesling raisins. Now, there is a company out there that does make these because they make them for the wine geeks, but it's not a common thing, and they're not like the typical raisins that you would buy in the store. They're not like the seedless Thompson grapes. So in wine grapes, you kind of need the seeds to balance out the fruit. So Thompson grapes, of course, are seedless. You'd never buy a raisin that has a seed in it. It would be uncomfortable. Well, that's what would happen if you wine grapes made that. So I'm not sure what, I've never had a Zibbibo raisin. They could have the seeds in them. I'm not sure about that. So there's a distinctive...
Hopefully when we go to Sicily, we'll have Zibbibo raisins.
Yes. So there is a distinctive line between a grape that's used for raisins, a grape that's used to eat, and a grape that's used for wine. The same thing like apples. Apples are another thing. There's cider apples and there's eating apples. And that's usually the first question I ask when a cider maker presents their cider to me, because I want to know the context of where they're coming from.
Are they wild apples? Are they...
Well, cider apples are bitter.
Bitter, yeah.
They're more sour. They're more bitter. Eating apples were cultivated to eat, and they're sweeter, which in turn that comes out in cider. Drier cider apples. Eating apples makes a sweeter. more rounded cider. So that's why I always want to know, what's the line that the cider is going. We like cider. We don't drink cider on a regular basis. We like cider, but every now and then I like a real one. I like cider, like a real bone dry, crisp cider. Like a nice bone dry wine. And a lot of times you'll get like these ciders that they're not sweet, but they're really rounded and juicy. So those are.
And I prefer a juicier cider.
Those are made from eating apples.
If I'm gonna have a cider, I like a juicier cider.
So you were talking about wild apples.
Yeah. So then
a lot of us,
wild apples too.
A lot of us know that there's these unmaintained apples that were planted. If you walk up to one of these trees that's 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, and you grabbed one of those apples that's ugly looking and small and bit into it, you'd probably spit it out because it's bitter and sour. So those are cider apples. That's how that, in a sense, that is what a cider apple profile is like. Are those really wild apples? Probably not. They were cultivated at some point and they're just unmanaged and they were made for cider. Until Prohibition, apples weren't really a thing you ate. Apples were a thing you made booze out of. Applejack, brandy, cider, things like that. Well, brandy's made from Guy Blanc grapes, but Applejack.
Now there's vodka, right? That's made and gin that's made out of apples, right?
You can distill anything.
Yeah.
Just distill away. As long as it's a liquid, you can distill it.
Yeah.
So apples all of a sudden during Prohibition, they're like, oh my gosh, we have to eat these all of a sudden, and they weren't so-called juicy edible apples. So back to Zibbibo. What are you tasting in here? It's called jasmine.
So I get a lot of floral notes in here, which is interesting that it's called jasmine, but I didn't even realize that when we were tasting it the first time, but it's got a lot of floral notes to me. I mean, I get a lot of just like rose and like just really a lot of
You drink jasmine tea every day?
I do.
I taste jasmine. Jasmine is the name of the wine, and I taste jasmine. I get the
I don't necessarily get jasmine in it, but that's the fun part about wine tasting. Is everybody gets something different, and nobody's right, nobody's wrong. It's what you taste.
So, people who like Gewürztraminer will love this wine.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Gewürztraminer lovers will absolutely 100% love this wine. And again, the grape we're drinking, if you're just tuning in, is Zibbibo.
Yep.
And it's a grape from Sicily. Italy is known for their vast varieties of grapes. When people say, oh, I'm not a fan of Italian wine, I just simply say you haven't had
the right wine.
You've missed 1,000 or so grapes.
Right.
That's literally what it is. I'm not the biggest fan of Chianti, especially the old world style Chiantis are too reserved for me. You don't like Barolos. There's not enough of the wine in there for you. I love Barolos.
Right.
Terrassi, I think we both agree upon.
Yeah.
Which is made from the Aglianico grape from southern Italy, from Campania. Primitivo, we agree upon. We like that. So there's just so many different grape varietals in Italy.
So hello everybody. We see a few more people signing on. Hello, Brenda. Oh, thank you. Thank you for watching us. We appreciate that. She says, I think you both are fabulous. I love watching you. So thank you. We appreciate that. Hello, everybody on Instagram as well. Thank you so much for watching. You know, I didn't have a chance today to do my Facebook Live, my happy hour with Jamie at 4. Those of you that don't know, we are closed on Tuesday nights now, our fall hours. And so we got busy on a call, and I forgot to do my Facebook Live. So this was kind of my Facebook Live, and I've been wanting to do like a wine Facebook Live for a while. So this is kind of nice. Maybe we'll do.
We both
these.
wanted to, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll start doing some wine. Maybe do Wine Thyme more often.
Wine Thyme Live.
Wine Thyme Live.
Wine Thyme
Maybe
Live.
Definitely
So,
on our nights off. Or
George on Instagram is saying, hope you guys are going to post this later. We are going to post this. We download, typically when we do a live on Facebook or Instagram, we typically download it and we upload it to our YouTube channel, the Marcus Guiliano channel. It uploads, and if you go to Marcus Guiliano YouTube channel, you'll see business, Aroma Thyme, health, all these kinds of playlists. You'll be able to find this video on our new, I guess, playlist if we're going to continue Wine Thyme Live, on Wine Thyme Live playlist, where we talk about wine. And we talk about wine, we talk about our travels, and we just talk about stories.
Yeah.
Right? So we can't wait to get to Sicily.
No, we can't wait. We can't wait to get back to Italy in general.
Right.
Wherever. We just can't wait to travel. We love to travel. We love to taste wine from different regions. We love to taste beer. We love to just travel and be out there and enjoy different places. So.
Yep. So we are, we're planning on going to Italy April 2021. We're planning on taking a trip with 24 guests there. We will go a week earlier or stay a week later, depending upon what works out. And we will travel all through Sicily ourselves to personally visit vineyards like this.
Absolutely.
So we can now understand the lay of the land. We are in the final phases of putting our final itinerary together for Puglia, for southern Italy. Even though we know where we're going, we know all the vineyards, we know all the hotels, we know everything. You just have to lay everything out on a map and drop pins on everywhere, and then figure out day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, and figure out what you can fit in there and figure how it's going to flow. And we've driven that exact route before, but we're finding out that we can spend a little extra time down in Manduria, or an extra day in Lecce, or we can actually we're actually adding something to the trip that we didn't do. We're actually adding going to the Cape.
Oh yeah, and we're also adding going to a
distillery. Lucano.
Yes,
Lucano, which is right outside of Matera. So we've added going down to the Cape, and hopefully, I told our travel partner, we need a good restaurant and we need a good view of the sunset on the Cape.
Hopefully that day we'll get a great view.
Yes, that's our requirements. Great restaurant and sunset. We were looking for a hotel the night before that we fly out of. So I think I found one in the Rella and Chateau Guide. The 2020, there is a beautiful place in Puglia. You didn't say it yet, but I have a bookmarked in here.
Awesome.
And I told our travel partner, get on this hotel. We need one more hotel night. Get on this hotel, check out this hotel. It's in a cute little city. I'll show you this later, Jamie.
Awesome.
And it'll be on our website. We're getting ready to actually overhaul our VIPWineryVacations.com website. We're going to totally overhaul that, where it's going to be a resource guide for you now, as well as our trips. We know tons about Italy. Tons. You want a truffle hunt in Piedmont? You can go there and find a truffle hunt in Piedmont. You want to do a vintage Fiat tour in San Gimignano in Tuscany? There'll be a resource on there for you to do a vintage Fiat tour.
So even if you don't travel with us, we can help you find the places that we love to go to too. And we've said that for years. If you're going to a winery in the Finger Lakes or in any region.
We just sent people to the Finger Lakes last week.
We sure did.
We didn't send them there. They were going there.
They were going there, and we sent them to a winery that they absolutely loved. And
how'd they like it?
They loved it.
They loved it.
They loved the Chardonnay. So they're super happy about that. But we've sent people to California, Slovenia. That was the one. Slovenia. So if you are traveling to a different country or to a wine region and you need some help finding a winery, let us know. We'd be happy to help you get you into a winery. We'd also just love to help you just make your trip
absolutely
fabulous and wonderful, and give it a little added Aroma Thyme Touch.
Right.
Jamie and Marcus Touch.
If you need a villa in Tuscany,
Yep.
we'll have you covered on the website. We'll have places that we know of that are very trusted, that our supplier, when I'm talking about our supplier, we talk about our ground partner there. So Luigi, who lives in Tuscany, and his very good friends that actually help us connect the dots of the buses and things and make sure we get everywhere on the coach buses are taken care of. They have a lot of connections there. That's what they do. So you'll be able to go to our website. Even if you've never traveled with us, we can still be there for you and help you. If you need travel insurance, go to our website, click the travelinsurance.com link, and you'll get the best rates going. For travel insurance, fantastic. So go to VIPWineryVacations.com, look for the travel insurance link, click there, buy insurance for any trip you go on. It's highly, highly recommended. You never know what's going to happen. And
I also did hear that airlines are waiving fees.
Airlines
now,
are waiving.
Right? So book your trips, and if you have to change your dates or whatever that might be, airlines are being a little bit more flexible. So
I forgot to tell you, I spoke to Sid today at Faro Buddy. I spoke to our friend Sid at Faro Buddy today. I had a conversation with him, and he's basically saying that airlines right now, you book a ticket, they're not doing any fees for changing. They understand it's COVID. Get a ticket, and they'll change it.
Awesome.
And his prediction was January, things are going to be hopefully back to more normal than they are now. More flights will be available, prices will be coming down, more options will be happening.
Awesome.
That's his prediction in January. All the experts we're talking to in the travel business are saying January, February. We were on the phone today with a couple travel experts this afternoon, and they said by April should be no problem.
They're booking like crazy.
They're booking like crazy for April, they said. So
people are ready to travel. So
Yep. All right.
I guess that's it. Cheers. Happy Wine Thyme Live.
Wine Thyme Live.
And hope everybody has an awesome night. And what are you drinking right now? What's in your glass? Love to hear.
Drop some comments.
Drop some comments for us. So that's it.
All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. VIPWineryVacations.com or our Aroma Thyme Bistro.com. All of our trips to Italy are there. And of course, stuff for the restaurants there, menu and everything, and our wine list, all that kind of stuff.
Perfect.
All right, thanks for tuning in, folks.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.